Stop what you're doing. No, seriously, whatever you're scrolling past, whatever you were about to do next, whatever thought was pulling you somewhere else, just pause for a second and be here. Because I almost didn't title this reading what I titled it. I sat with this energy and I kept second guessing myself, kept thinking, is this really what I'm feeling? Is this actually as good as it seems? And then it just kept coming and coming and coming. So here we are. Virgo, something good is on its way to you. And I don't say that lightly. I don't say that as a warm blanket statement designed to make you feel better for 5 minutes before reality sets back in. I say it because the energy sitting around your sign right now has a quality to it that I don't always get to deliver. And when I do get to deliver it, I want you to actually receive it, not analyze it, not immediately look for the catch, not start listing the reasons why it probably won't work out. Just receive it, because that's actually part of what this reading is about: your relationship with good things, your relationship with good news, your relationship with allowing something beautiful to simply arrive without immediately bracing for it to be taken away. Let me stay here for a moment. Because I think if I'm being really honest with you, and I always want to be honest with you, there is a version of you that has been waiting for good news for a while now. Not impatiently, exactly. You've been functioning, you've been moving, you've been doing what Virgo always does, which is keeping everything together on the outside, even when the inside has felt uncertain, heavy in places, quieter than you'd like. You've had moments recently where you genuinely didn't know how something was going to resolve. Moments where the path forward felt genuinely unclear. And you didn't fall apart. That's not what you do, but you felt it. That low hum of worry that lives just beneath the surface of your composure. The what ifs that visit you in the quiet hours. The questions that don't have clean answers yet. I keep sensing that some of you have been carrying something specific, a situation, a decision, a weight that has taken more out of you than you've admitted to the people around you. You made it look manageable. You probably told someone you were fine and meant it mostly, but not entirely. And underneath that fine, there was this quiet prayer, this barely spoken hope that something would shift, that something would come through, that the universe hadn't forgotten your address. It hasn't forgotten your address. What continues to come through so clearly right now is this energy of incoming, like a tide that's been pulling back, pulling back, pulling back, and now it's coming in. And when I tune into what's specifically moving toward you, there's a warmth to it. There's a there's almost a lightness, like whatever arrives is going to feel not just like relief, but like joy, actual joy. The kind that catches you off guard because you weren't quite expecting it to feel this good. And that smile the title talks about, I felt it. I genuinely felt it before I wrote a single word of this script. There is something coming that is going to make you smile in a way that you haven't smiled in a minute. The kind of smile that starts somewhere in your chest before it ever reaches your face. The kind that makes your whole body exhale. And I want to talk about Pisces energy for a second, because this reading is deeply infused with Pisces, and that's significant for you right now, Virgo. Pisces is your opposite sign, your mirror. And when Pisces energy moves into your world in a meaningful way, it tends to bring things that feel fated, divinely timed, almost too perfectly placed to be a coincidence. Pisces doesn't deal in accidents. Pisces deals in the things that were always meant to find you. They just needed the right moment, the right alignment, the right version of you to be ready. And that's the thing, the right version of you. I keep sensing that what's coming, this good news, this shift, this thing that makes you smile, it's arriving now and not earlier for a reason. Because the version of you that existed 6 months ago, a year ago, even 3 months ago, that version might have received this news and still found a way to minimize it, still found a way to undercut the joy with doubt, with overthinking, with a list of contingencies. The version of you right now, the one that's been through what you've been through recently, the one that's done some real internal work, that version is actually ready to let this land. That matters more than you know. The energy strongly suggests that what's incoming touches more than one area of your life. This isn't a single note shift. This feels layered, like good news that opens a door, and behind the door there are more doors. And behind those doors there are possibilities that right now you can't quite see, but you will feel the beginning of very soon. Let me try to get more specific about what I'm sensing because I want this to feel tangible for you and not just beautifully vague. For a significant number of Virgos, there is movement around something that involves communication, a message, a conversation, something that gets said or finally gets said that changes the dynamic of a situation you've been watching carefully. It would not surprise me at all if this comes through digitally first. A text, an email, a notification, something that arrives on your phone or your screen and makes you do a double take, makes you read it twice, makes you set the phone down and then immediately pick it back up to read it again. For some of you, this is connected to work or a professional opportunity, something you applied for, reached out about, expressed interest in, or something that finds you without you even having to reach. A recognition of some kind, an offer, an opening. The energy around it feels genuinely exciting and also somehow perfectly timed, like it's arriving exactly when you needed it to, even if you didn't know you needed it right now. For others, this communication comes from a person. And I want to be measured here because I don't want to set up expectations that pull you out of your own experience. But what I'm sensing is warmth, genuine warmth from someone who means something to you, something that reaffirms a connection you maybe had some uncertainty about, something that makes you feel chosen, seen, wanted in a way that fills a space that's been a little hollow lately. There is a powerful feeling that for Virgos in a relationship or situation that has felt stagnant or uncertain, there is movement incoming, a conversation that clarifies, a moment that reconnects, something that makes you remember why you were drawn to this energy in the first place and makes you feel like the foundation is more solid than the recent uncertainty made it seem. And for the single Virgos, let me stay here for a second because the energy around you right now is genuinely magnetic. I don't know if you feel it. I think you might be too close to yourself to feel it, but there is something about the version of you that exists right now that is drawing energy toward you in a way that's going to become noticeable very soon. Someone is going to surprise you. It would not surprise me if someone who has been quietly watching, quietly appreciating, quietly gathering courage makes a move, says the thing, shows up in a way you weren't expecting. And I want you to let yourself be surprised. Don't analyze it before it arrives. Don't preemptively protect yourself from something that might actually be good for you. Just let it come. What continues to come through around Monday specifically, and this energy feels like it builds through the early part of the week, is this sense of a burden lifting, something you've been mentally carrying, a worry or a weight or an an unresolved question, the weight of it starts to ease. Not because you figured it out, but because circumstances shift around you in a way that provides either an answer, a relief, or a new path forward that makes the question less urgent. I keep sensing a very specific feeling of breathing room, like suddenly there's more space around you, emotionally, practically, energetically. And in that space, you start to feel something you haven't felt in a little while, genuine lightness. The ability to be present in your own life without that low background hum of anxiety pulling at your attention. That lightness, Virgo, don't underestimate it. Don't let anyone tell you it's naive or premature. You have earned every moment of feeling light. You have done the internal work. You have shown up for your life even on the hard days. You have kept going even when keeping going felt like the hardest possible thing. The lightness is the return on that investment. Let me talk about something a little deeper now because I think it connects to everything. Virgo, I keep sensing a theme around worthiness that runs underneath everything happening for you right now. Not in an obvious way, you wouldn't necessarily call it that, but there's this quiet background story your mind has been running about whether you deserve things to go well, whether you're allowed to want what you want, whether it's safe to hope. And what the Pisces energy coming into your world is doing, what it does at its best is it dissolves those walls gently. It doesn't blast through them, it just softens them. Reminds you that goodness doesn't have to be earned through suffering, that receiving doesn't have to be immediately followed by losing. That joy arriving in your life is not a trick or a setup, it's just joy, and you are allowed to have it. I want you to practice something this week, just this week. I want you to practice allowing when something good happens, even something small, even just a moment of unexpected beauty or ease or connection, instead of immediately moving past it or mentally contextualizing it or wondering what comes next. I want you to stop. I want you to let it register. Let it actually land in your body. Let yourself feel it fully before you do anything else with it. Good things deserve to be felt, Virgo. They deserve your full presence, not just your acknowledgement on the way to the next thing. The energy this week also carries something interesting around your environment, your physical space, the spaces you move through day to day. I keep sensing that something in your immediate surroundings contributes to this shift in mood and feeling. It might be something as simple as the light changing, the weather lifting, a space in your home that you rearrange or refresh. It might be that you find yourself in a physical location, a place, a setting that unexpectedly moves you, that unexpectedly reminds you of something hopeful. Pay attention to where you are when the good news arrives. I have a feeling the setting is going to be memorable. I have a feeling it's going to become one of those small private memories you hold on to. I remember exactly where I was when I found out. Everything points toward a shift in your emotional baseline this week. Not a dramatic transformation. This isn't the kind of energy that blows everything up and rebuilds from scratch. This is gentler than that and more lasting because of it. This is a recalibration, a returning to a version of your internal landscape that feels more like home, more like the you that exists before the world has had a chance to weigh on you, more like the you that woke up on your best mornings with the quiet, uncomplicated sense that life is actually good. That version of you is coming back online. And with it comes something else I want to name your confidence. Not the armor kind, the real kind, the kind that shows up in small ways that other people notice before you do, the way you carry yourself, the way you speak, the way you make decisions with a little more ease than you've had recently. People around you are going to feel a shift in your energy this week, and some of them are going to be drawn toward you because of it in ways that might feel surprising. Let them in, selectively, wisely, Virgo-ly, of course, but let them in. There is a powerful feeling that this week marks the beginning of a longer arc of good, not a quick hit of positivity that fades by Friday, something that has more longevity to it, like a new current that's starting to move underneath everything. And once you feel it, you'll recognize it as the thing you were waiting for, even if you didn't have the exact words for what you were waiting for. It would not surprise me at all if by the middle of this week you find yourself in a conversation with a friend, a family member, a colleague, maybe a stranger who turns out not to be a stranger for long, where you laugh, really laugh. The kind that comes from somewhere genuine and unexpected and makes you feel for a moment like everything is actually okay. Better than okay. Everything is actually okay, Virgo, and it's getting better. I want to close this reading with something simple because I think sometimes the most powerful things are the simplest ones. You have been holding on through the uncertainty, through the wait, through the quiet, hard days that nobody put on your calendar, but that you navigated anyway. You have been holding on with a dignity and a steadiness that deserves to be acknowledged. And now, something is coming to meet you. Not because you finally suffered enough, or waited long enough, or proved enough, just because it's time, because the energy has aligned, because you are ready and it is ready, and sometimes that's exactly how it works. Let yourself smile this week, Virgo. Let it be big. Let it be real. You have earned every single tooth in that smile. I'll be watching for you. Come back and tell me what happened. Come back and leave a comment and tell me what your good news was, because I genuinely want to know. I genuinely want to celebrate with you. That's not a throwaway line. This community is built on real energy and real connection, and your story matters here. If this reading resonated, hit subscribe and come back every week. Your sign, your season, your story, I'm here for all of it. Go receive your blessings, Virgo. They are already on their way.